The annual News Press Market Watch is a little bit more than a week away, and real estate expert Denny is one of the key speakers talking about the topic of residential real estate. This morning, though, he's here to give us a sneak peek and some of the tidbits of the trends he'll be talking about at the program. We welcome you back, Denny. It's glad you're here, and tickets still available for this because a lot of people do like to go. It's a big event.
It's a big event. It sells out almost every year, and I would recommend. I still think there's tickets available. It's a week from Tuesday on the 24th. Go to MarketWatch2016.com. You can get tickets online, but it's a great event. In fact, it's the largest event of its kind in the country.
And it really does tell you everything you need to know about Southwest Florida's real estate market.
Yes, we can tell you everything except we're not 100% always sure what's going to happen, but we'll give you our best guess.
Right. We know where we are and what we think is going to happen and what is happening in the real estate market. Interesting comparisons you put together if you're buying or thinking between Lee and Collier County.
Yeah, well, I did the comparison because most people come down and they try to compare the two, and then they get a little sticker shock. So I have some tidbits. The first one is about the median price. Now, everyone knows that Collier County is more expensive than Lee. Naples is more expensive than Fort Myers, but most people don't know that the median is almost double. Median in Lee County, average for the year, is $200. It's $390 in Collier. And that kind of understates the average. So the average is like $660,000 for sales price in Collier and only $330 in Lee County. So it's hard to think that your average sales price is approaching $700,000. That's pretty expensive.
That is a huge difference, no doubt.
It's a big number, and a lot of people in the country can't afford it. And that drives the next number is the number of sales.
Right.
Is that we have over 13,000 sales in Lee County, and we're almost 3 times as many. I think they have around 5,000 sales or so. So what happens is they go down and look at a home, can't afford it, they come up and buy something in Lee County, maybe even Bonita or Estero. And so then the thing that I found very surprising was the most active price ranges. In Lee County, not too surprising, 100 and 150,000 was the most active. 20% of our market was there. But in Collier County, 21% of the market was between 500 and $1 million.
Wow.
That was a surprising number to me. I thought they would be maybe 400 or 500, but it'd be 500 and $1 million. That's the most active.
There's absolutely no overlap. These are completely different markets of buyers and sellers.
Absolutely. And anyway, that kind of drives our upper ends. But Naples market is doing good. I mean, their prices were up 10% last year. Ours were up 18%, a little too fast for our own good. And the last point I want to share, and this is the biggest myth I would love to dispel out there in the marketplace, is about the seasonality.
Right, because we all think season is better.
No, exactly. It's not. Lee and Collier almost parallel each other to the percentage point. For example, 24% of the sales take place in Q1. That doesn't sound like a high seasonality, does it?
No, not really.
No, 30%.
It's right where it should be.
Well, it's 25%. Yeah, there's a little bit more in Q2, 30%, but other than that, there is no seasonality as what people are expecting. So if a seller hasn't sold their home by April or Easter, it's not too bad. I mean, it will sell. So there's no rush basically to sell from a season standpoint. However, there's some things going on in the marketplace that would cause some sellers some jitters. I'll talk about it in Market Watch. There may be a little pause coming.
You've talked about that before. You think we've moved just a little bit too fast, too high, too fast.
Yep, the sellers are still selling, let's go, and they're driving the bus, 100 mile an hour, and the buyers are saying, you know what, I'm going to wait a little bit. So we're seeing more homes come on the market right now for sale than fall off the market, which means there's a little disconnect between expectations.
That's good to know, and we need to watch how that affects, because it could trickle down and have an impact on the market.
Yes, and a lot of things are affecting our market. It could be stuff like the weather and the water and all those types of things.
You just don't know. Interesting. We'll have to see the whole presentation. Denny, thanks for coming in for the sneak peek. Wink News This Morning is right back.